wanted to point out one thing. You're very reactionary when people are talking to you and you're talking about you call me names. Maybe sit with it for a little bit. There's a reason why this community feels the way they feel about you. So I need to ask you. So I ask you to sit with that and maybe sit and think about some of the things you've done and said. And that's why you're so reactionary about it. Maybe own some of your own crap. So here's my question. When it comes to James Spurlock and what you did with that white man, would you do it different today? Knowing what you learned through that, would you have handled that? Would you do it different today? And call the special prosecutor, for example, instead of having to have all hell raised for you to do the right thing.
Well, first, let me step back a second. I'm not being reactionary, but I have to react when people say some things that aren't exactly true. And so that bothers me when people say things that aren't true about me and my history. And if I've already explained the Spurlock case, I went before the public and I laid things out as to why the decision I made, and it was a decision I wouldn't change. It was the right decision.
You just told me everything I need to know. You let that man leave town after he had murdered a black woman. What is wrong with you?
And he was supposed to have been brought back, right?
Well,
And you decided
maybe you
to
should.
charges?
Maybe you should have looked at the police reports and talked to the witnesses and knew the history of what had happened that night, and it might change your
I
perspective.
know that Jake was a known racist. Documented.
Well,
So if it was a black man that left, you would have went and got him versus a white man who was.
no, I'm not gonna. This isn't an argument about
Well,
that stuff.
so
because
why
you-
not?